I need to ask you a question. Be curious, Drifters.
Allegron's won the Brisbane Cup, but it's all Antino. Blake Shin, take a bow. Barraquil, Benny Allen hasn't moved.
Broadside him, bobbed, won the Golden Rose.
Pride of Jenny, trying to find the reserves at the 100. She's 3 in front of Mr. Brightside. It's all too late. Pride of Jenny has run them into the night. Switzerland, the big winner by 2.5 Bellatrix Star.
He's down, Jolly Star. She is a star in the making. Jolly Star bolts in.
It's all Isthmus. She's very smart and fast.
Mate, welcome back. Do I look bronzed?
You look bronzed, mate.
You know,
Bit of a beach boy, beach babe even.
yeah, because I got some new budgies, so I was wearing the budgies on the beach,
Shit, you're a dad now.
and then I was like, because you know the weather up here in southeast Queensland currently, a bit overcast and what have you, a little bit of sun. Yesterday was a good day, being Wednesday, and I was like, I didn't really, because we have little son on dad duty, so no real sunbaking time.
No.
But check myself in the mirror, mate. I got tan line.
Tan line on the buttocks.
Yeah. So
The cheeks are still white.
Yeah, cheeks are white as.
Yeah.
So that's my week. That's why we're a day late. Because I've been
Yeah.
chillaxing.
Keep forgetting we're running a later show this week, a Thirsty Thursday, as they like to say.
Deal with it.
Deal with it, exactly. If anything, it just gives us a bit more time for the form to settle in, compute.
This is a cracking weekend of racing.
Phenomenal weekend of racing. We'll talk about it more as the card continues, but it's giving me Derby Day vibes. And the reason why I say that is twofold. Firstly, because it's an elite card across both Sydney and Melbourne. Secondly, I think the bookies could be reeling. They could be reeling. Some of the major bookies, tell you what, their Q2 reports, they're looking at it thinking, fuck,
Damn it.
we really got rinsed by the punters.
Headline, liabilities were had.
We couldn't lay hard enough.
Significant liabilities.
Significant. The war continues, right? Between the bookies and the punters, and that's a war that's been waged since the dawn of time, Drifters.
I believe since the tote was conceived.
Since the tote was conceived, yes. Since David took on Goliath, and the bystanders were like, look, David's a bit of an outrageous price here. I might have to have something on him each way. I might have to have a little each way spec on David here. He's just got out to a ridiculous price. I better tell you what, us punters, we won that battle on Derby Day. We won the battle of the spring. And now it's translated into the autumn. There's been a few shorties get up, and I think it will continue on Saturday because there looks to be some things that are just going to be far too good, or at least I hope. And I hope for everyone listening.
I think there's a couple of traps. A couple of shorties. There are a couple of traps, though. We will get to those. Primarily in one of the 3 2-year-old features, I reckon.
Okay.
I reckon there's a horse at risk there, but we'll get to that. Where do you want to start? Flemington or Randwick?
We can start at either. Did you want to talk about any futures or learnings or anything like that?
Yeah.
Is there anything that comes to mind for
No,
you?
it does. I found a couple of horses that are racing this weekend. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm backing them this weekend, though. So I have 2. First one is Sir Delius in the Tancred, taking him at $6. So I thought with him, I think that's with Tab, the $6 on offer. Him in the Tancred, Dubai Honour is the short price favourite there.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, is he just getting a bit long in the tooth, Dubai Honour? Like, is he doing anything overseas anymore? I don't know the answer
I'm
to
not
that,
sure.
by the way.
Like, he loves coming to Australia.
He does. But
And he's confirmed to come to Australia, right?
surely.
But he'd be an 8-year-old gelding by now, surely.
Whereas Sir Delius, he'd be a 5-year-old
Entire.
looking the Adam Goods bean here. So I'll take him. The other one I'm going to take at a bit of a spec, and I think that Coolmore Classic is a race you can bet into.
Yeah.
But Ole Dancer, for Moody and Coleman in the Coolmore Classic at $15 with Team Green. I think that's a bet. And kind of giving away my theory in the Surround Stakes a little bit. I don't think I have her on top, but I think she's one of the main dangers to Tempted this weekend, because how often do you see Moody Coleman throw up a really good one to go to Sydney and just upset the apple cart a little bit?
Chain of Lightning.
Yeah, Chain of Lightning. Autumn Angel.
Well said. And plus, they spike significantly second up the Moody horses because I don't think Moods nor Cat haven't fully screwed down first up. Moods takes a while to get into his prep. Like, just, as a bloke.
Well, mate,
Big burly shoulders take a while to wind up.
Mate, that, and also, like, how many cigarettes until you really get into your work, you know what I mean?
How many cigarettes does it take to warm up?
I think Moods is the perfect person to ask. Him or Nash?
Yeah. Oh, geez. I would take up smoking. Happily, gladly, I would take up smoking. And I'd go balls deep too. I'd go Marlboro Reds. If it meant that I could share a smoker's area with Moods and Nash and just chew the fat on all things horse racing.
I reckon they're both Benson Hedges smooth type of operator.
They're not mucking around with rollies, are they?
I wouldn't be surprised if Moves did. He seems like that type of operator.
He could be a champion Ruby type.
Where Nash is like, I feel like his speed.
His efficiency.
Like, give me that. He goes to the same place. It's like the usual. Slaps down a 50 or 100 or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nash is saving his wrists for riding horses.
Yeah. Like, but yeah, they're my players. To recap, we'll recap all the futures plays after this. What have you got?
So, look, for my futures, I've got, if you saw him, Drifters, this week, unless you're living under a rocky trial, and geez, he looks good, Jimmy Starr. And it's a short price, but Jimmy Starr only all-aged at $3. That's a short price, but if you look at the rest of the market, she's going to fall away pretty significantly, I think. And what I like about Jimmy Starr is he's pretty much confirmed to be going to that race. And if he's better this prep than what he was last prep, I think he's a better 1,400-metre horse than a 1,200-metre horse. So he won it last year. Who's to say he can't win it again this year?
That's a long-termer. So you have Jimmy Starr at 3s, Tentaris at 350, Giga Kick at 6s, Tempted 6s, Fangirl 8s, Jolly Star at 8s, Lady Shenandoah at 8s.
So a lot of those probably won't even be there.
Angel Capital 11s.
He's the one at value.
But he was underwhelming first.
He was. And I just think Jimmy Starr's a better horse than him anyway.
Yeah. And he's a gelding. Whereas the entirety of Angel Capital might be his undoing.
Yes. So that's what I've got. It's a long-range play. I've already played into the slipper a bit. I've got 2 tickets on this board, Closer to Free and Eternal Warrior in the slipper of 51s. There was also another one that went on the weekend before he raced, and that was Stretton Ruler at 51s with Team Green for the slipper. He's now 13, so some good shopping by me.
Well done. Mine is Scary in the Auckland Cup next weekend at 14s. I think last time I checked he was about 12s. Tom Kitten in the All-Star Mile at 5s. I thought Pericles would have been a good bet there, but he's not heading there.
No, he's not. No.
He's going to the George Ryder instead.
Yes.
Apulia in the Australia Cup at 15s. That's a good bet. He kicks off in the Blamey this weekend at $4.
Yep.
I think he's going to run really well. He won't be that price, and I don't think he's that price anymore. So Delius in the Tancred will know after this weekend, and then Ole Dancer in the Coolmore at 15s.
Phenomenal.
Resolutions.
Oh, something I learned on the weekend. One of mine won the Oakley Plate, Tropicus, and he had to lug a big weight. And I think that was the reason why I sort of glossed over him a little bit when doing the form, because he carried the big weight. But something we talk about on this podcast pretty often, and I've written it down here, is best horse in a handicap. Sometimes have a look at the weights, absolutely, but if you think it's the best horse on that particular day for that particular setup, don't be too concerned by the weight. Like, he was a pretty thin Oakley Plate, and Tropicus is always going to get the gun run. He goes well first up. He loves Caulfield over 1,100 metres. So realistically at a nice price of $7-8, depending on who you bet with. Bit of hindsight, but I think when you're looking at all the big mile races that are coming up, there's been a lot of chat about the Doncaster weights this week. Sometimes quality just comes to the fore.
I would agree with that. A few Melbourne Cup winners off the top of the dome. Verry Elleegant Gold Trip without a fight come to mind immediately. They're all probably within the top 4 at the top of the weights in their year that they won. Absolutely. Well, by that logic, Tentaris is a weighted certainty in the new market.
Probably got to consider price as well, I guess. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of price, sub $2 pops. That's me there. Just not worth it for me. Especially when, just in context of other horses that are available on the day. If you're just playing in Melbourne and in Sydney, you have 19 other darts to shoot.
Oh, I totally agree.
I just let them go.
Totally agree. And you can get a bit of FOMO with people anchoring them in multis and stuff like that. But I think what you're effectively doing there is you're just doubling your liability straight away. So if you've got a great one this weekend is the Tempted into Autumn Glow multi.
It's going to get jammed.
It'll get absolutely jammed. And do you know what? It probably gets up and it'll pay, around the $2 mark. I'd rather just not even do that, not bet on either of them at all, and just find a $2.50 pop somewhere else that I'm keen on and just bet on that instead.
Yeah.
So you're not doubling or tripling or quadrupling your liability.
Or, like we were saying about Linda Mann first up, he was $3 to place that day.
I'm not a place better, but in that circumstance, that's a smarter bet.
Absolutely. 3 bites at the cherry, or at a minimum 2. All right, let's get into it. Let's go to Flemington first, I reckon.
Yep.
Now, Flemington. 0 to, what have we got here? 0 to 15 mil of rain on Friday, i.e. tomorrow, and 0 to 1 mil on the Saturday, but it's a top of 30. So I reckon there might be a little bit of juice in the track, but it'll be good for potentially even good 3 come quaddie time on Saturday. Up to 20 k's an hour southeasterly wind. So if you're from the southeast, so it's basically you have the grandstand this side, the winning post down here, and the bend is like that. It goes across that way.
Yep.
So basically from the 1400 metre start to the winning post, it's basically across there.
Yep.
So I think it would be an advantage if it is up to the 20 k's an hour. I think it'll be an advantage to be on speed from the 1400 metre shoot.
Yep.
From 1600 metres and up, you might want a little bit of cover.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm reading it.
Yep.
But check your local guides as well. 20 k's an hour might not even have an impact. But for context, the southerly wind, which comes directly across Flemington there, that's when we've had some leaderish days at Flemington.
Yes.
Think Pride of Jenny just tearing, racing a new one that 1 year.
That Derby day was not my favourite.
Rails out 2 metres, all things considered, should play bloody genuine, I would think. Race 1 is the tab we're on listed 2-year-old race, set weights and penalties, 1,000 metres. I was on Jacaranda in the Inglis Millennium, out of home affairs, this girl for Coolmore. Out of Lindsay Park. She was unlucky not to finish closer there, I thought. She got held up until the 200 metres. She's well supported about the $4 quote. Barrier 2 should find the rail. Should be absolutely nothing at Seymour, so disregard that form. But I think she's kind of proven that she's there or thereabouts at this type of grade. 1,100 down to 1,000. 3 weeks between runs, a little bit stinky. Might even see what the market does with her. If she gets into 350, I'll have a bet.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't have a particularly strong opinion of this race, but my opinion is generally on the 2-year-olds that the ones we have seen are pretty mid. At least the ones who have been racing the last few weeks. But there's little filly number 8, Ladhar, out of one of mine, Liar, by Exceed and Excel. Ladhar she debuted all the way back in October last year. in the Debutante Stakes, in the Magic Millions Debutante Stakes. Ran 8th of 9th there, but she's got the racing experience from before the end of the year, which you love to see. She gets D Lane in that camp, the Freedmans, and that price means that there's some respect for her in the market. She's 460 with Team Green at the moment, so I'll have a little spec on her.
Have a look at her flux there. 550 out to 9s when she ran 8th of 9th there. So maybe she was just not settling in the yard or something.
Yeah.
So what's her tongue tie first time? So maybe she had some breathing issues as well.
Trialling well.
So over-raced early stages, tightened for room, raced greenly. Can't possibly help.
No.
Barrier 5, good little gate for her as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little live filly, so we'll see how she goes.
All right. Race 7 is the Blamey Stakes, 1,600 metres, Group 2 contest. Set weights and penalties. Previous winners here, Marble Arch, A Tissue, 50 stars twice, and Humidor was a good horse, nearly beat Winks one day.
Good horse.
I thought Aerosol looks the only leader here.
Yeah, he does.
He's going to be on an island by himself. Now, islands at Flemington, to me, you need to be Lasquetti Spirit or Pride of Jenny to pull it off.
Yeah.
He could be leading this bunch by about 3 lengths of the turn, I reckon, Aerosol, if he wants to go that hard.
The race map looks that obvious, Aerosol. And he's the main danger in the race. But I'm really keen to bet up on Apulia here. I've already taken the $4 with Team Green. I think from that gate, Mickey D will still get a pretty reasonable position. Like, I know he likes to go back, but if anything, Flemington's his track, and I think he's a Group 1 horse, Apulia. And with respect to a lot of this field, they're not. So I'm really keen to see how he goes this weekend. And if anything, last prep after a massive layoff, just to get the 1 win would have been a bonus. But he's strung together 4 out of 5 starts. So forgive his run in the Northerly. Complete forgive. I really like him this weekend. He's one of the better bets on the day, I think.
I agree completely. Like that win that he had in the the Chester Manifold on Cup Week came from. He was 5th at the 400, but the leaders were up and gone there, and nothing was making ground all week, all day there, and he's just gobbled them up, yum yum, won by half a length on the line there. Sure, it was only Detonator Jack who snuck up on the fence, and Poison Chalice, who's not doing his best work. But you have to believe what you're seeing in the eye here. I think he's only going to get better out in distance. I love the stayers resuming at the mile as well. Apulia's an easy bet to have. Like, look at the rest of this field. With all due respect, probably Birdman aside, I'd say.
Birdman had a great first up run.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, Apulia's a nice bet for me this weekend.
Good bet this weekend.
Yeah. Interested to see what One Smooth Operator does.
Yeah, the old boy.
Yeah.
Stayers resuming over a mile.
Yeah, I don't mind it. The Australian Guineas, 1,600 metres, Group 1 for the 3-year-olds. Previous winners here, Feroce last year. Southport Tycoon the year prior. Legato, where's she now? I think she won a Group 1.
She won a Group 1 in New Zealand
just recently.
It didn't end up being as good as what we thought she would.
No. I think she might have been Opie Boston's 100th Group 1.
She was. It's only one Opie Boston.
Yeah. Haitotsu, good horse. Alligator Blood, Mystic Journey. I thought West of Swindon's likely to lead these up, maybe with Bingy and Victoria's Spirit looking to be proactive as well. I do think Observer gets to run the race, though. Does he get pair back on the outside there?
He's the best bet in Flemington on the weekend. Observer. They've already come for him a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts $2 or $1.90.
Yeah.
Observer, maybe even shorter. Gets the perfect gate. So he's got that. So there's, apart from him, right, there's 2 others in the market. We've got Planet Red at $5.50 with Team Green, and 60s at $3 with Team Green. Both Planet Red and 60s drawn dross. They go straight back. Whereas Observer either sits outside the leader or gets the 1-1. And I think he's also a better horse than both of them. I think he ran better first up than anything. Like 60's been great this prep, absolutely. But Observer was better first up. And he defied the drift in the market to do that. If they sit and sprint, he's going to be 3 or 4 lengths ahead of them anyway. And I think he's shown that he actually has a bit of a turn of foot. We saw that in the Caulfield Guineas last year, where he was unlucky. But if it's a truly run race, he's won a derby. So whichever way you look at it, he's the clear bet in this race for me. And yeah, he's short enough. But, if you've already bet like I have at $2.40 and he starts at $1.90, then that's jam, in my opinion. I think he's the best bet of the day on Saturday.
I agree. I think he's clearly the best bet at Flemington this weekend, closely followed by Apulia for mine. But I agree with you. And 60's you look at his form, he's failed in the Golden Rose, but maybe that came a little bit too quick for him. The Ming Dynasty, the run prior, he led them up that day. He actually led that field, and I have a feeling it was a bit leaderish that day as well. So he had the track pattern to suit. He was a bit inconsistent that prep, but he's put together 2 really impressive performances so far this prep. You can't deny that, but it's against the C and D graders.
Yes, he's also never run the mile.
Yeah,
60's. So he's got to tick that box this weekend, whereas there's not many that Observer has to tick this weekend, if any. Observer clearly is the horse for me. And then if he wins this race and brains him comfortably, it's like, well, do you test him out at weight for age in the Australia Cup?
Godolphin have a fantastic record in that race.
It's just whether they want Kitty Cat Tom. But they wouldn't. I don't think they'd really mind one of their geldings going up against a colt. They want to separate. They'd want to separate Tempted and Tentaris and things like that. I understand that. Maybe not a gelding against a colt. I don't know.
Maybe not as much anymore because there's different trainers now.
Yeah, maybe.
I reckon the main danger is Planet Red. I'm taking the Observer form through and through. Especially Planet Red ran. What did he run? Within a length of Autumn Boy in the Caulfield Guineas. So he's somewhat proven out to the mile as well. Awfully consistent. Pretty solid return as well, but I just think Observer has the eternal upside. I might even have a Quinella, Observer, and Planet Red this weekend. I reckon we should do the Inglis sprint, though.
Yep.
1,200 metres, set weights and penalties, Inglis horses only. Alpha Sophie.
She's a good bet this weekend as well.
She's another good bet.
She's a good bet this weekend. I'm good at this race. I'm good at this race. I think she's a good bet. Draw's perfect. Zachy Spain's in great form. What she showed us first up, she's better than them. That was Group 3, did it easy. And with respect to the rest of this field, I don't think there's a lot of group form here. Get a good feeling. It's an interesting one. The short price favourite in the Yokes, $1.75. She started there. She's an interesting one. Keen to see how she goes, but Alpha Sophie, brains them here. I don't think Moods is the type, or Cat Coleman, the quick back up into a new market. She'd fly down the Flemington straight. But keen on her this weekend as well. This is what I mean. The bookies could be reeling this weekend, or the punters could be on their asses. But I'm in team punter, so I think we'll be making the bookies looking for their spare wallets.
Yeah, I agree, and I think she's just the clear class in the field. Wait to be damned. Get a good feeling. I think I just had a quick look. Then I think she's a nice bet in an Australasian Oaks, 2,200 meters, isn't it? Or is it 2,000 meters even in South Australia?
2,000 meters.
Yeah, so I reckon that might be her go. Get a good feeling. I don't mind. If that's the grand final, Danny O'Brien, he's won a South Australian Derby with Russian Camelot.
Sure did.
So he's been proven to take his horses down there. I think I actually don't mind her kicking off in a race like this. I think that would be good if she's going up to the 2,000 metres. Take her to 12, 14, 16, bang.
Yep.
2,000 grand final.
Yep.
I think that's all at Flemington. Now, let's go to race 4 at Randwick. Now, I did have a look. 5 to 40 mil of rain on Thursday, another 25 mil up to on Friday, and then another 10 mil on Saturday. So we could be anywhere from a soft 6 to a heavy 8 or a heavy 9, I would imagine, at Randwick this weekend. So I'll keep your powder dry to see what else happens there. Rail is in the true. The best horse should obviously win. Race 4 is the Sweet Embrace Stakes, Group 2 for 1,200 metres for the 2-year-old fillies. Previous winners here. Within the law, how she won that last year, I have no idea. Manal, Lazargo, Fireburn, good horse. 4 moves ahead, Hungry Heart, Anahid, Seabrook, One More Honey, Scarlet Rain. There's been one winner of this race to go on and win the Golden Slipper in the last 15 years, and that is obviously Fireburn. Speed in the race here. Scintillation, Pembury to go forward with Kieran Starr and a host of others looking to find a position. Where do your alliances lie here?
Oh, Pembury looks like a smart little filly. Absolutely brained them up here in Queensland a couple of weeks ago. And J-Mac was like, yeah, I'll take that one. So that's interesting. She jumps from 1,000 metres up to 1,200 metres, and she has to travel from Queensland down. So if she wins this, she's a fair filly, and God knows what price she'll be in the slipper. I'm probably inclined to take her on this weekend, though, because she's short enough at around $2. And I'll probably stick with Kieran Starr. Wet deck, I'm not too concerned. Being an O'Reilly, out of an O'Reilly mare, and I'm Invincible produces wet trackers. Plus, she gets Jason Collett, who I reckon might be the best wet track jockey in the country. From a nice enough gate, she can be prominent, sit outside Pembury, and she's had the nice build-up. She ran super on debut over 1,000 metres, and then was too strong from both ends and the Piero plate. So I'm happy to back the colours again. Kieran Starr, she's a nice price at $8.50. You could even go each way if that's how you're inclined.
Yeah, I'm keen to take on the favourite here as well. 1,000 to 1,200. If we get into the heavy range, a little bit unproven, albeit it was a soft 6 at Eagle Farm, but a soft 6 at Eagle Farm is not your typical soft 6, I would imagine. Hardest deck in the country, so they say. What would I know? Haven't even laid foot on it. Have laid foot in the members bar there, though.
Plenty of Dom.
So
slippery deck.
happy to take on Pembury, as my resolutions would suggest. If she wins at $2, so be it. I'm having a 2-bet play here, and it's around the Woolwoven form. So Lumbini, Russian Revolution filly, resumes here after about an 8-week let-off. Was second behind Woolwoven at Eagle Farm there by 3 lengths. She was 1,000 to 1,200 metres that day as well. And on the turn, she was 3 wide, so they came out early as well. Stuck on pretty well, all things considered. Earmuffs go on first time. That suggests that she might be playing up in the yard a little bit too. Resuming at the 1,200 metres, maybe not, but at $9, I'm going to have a find out with her. The other one who I think is progressing quite nicely is Hard Danger for Godolphin as well. Pinatubo filly was third behind Chili Girl there, and was only just starting to get going in the last furlong there. I think stepping up to 1,200 metres is a clear plus, and she was jumping from barrier 7 of 10 there, way at the back. Barrier 3 here, Tommy Berry, who is pretty elite on the 2-year-olds, basically has his pick for the slipper. I think he's not just taking one just to have a feel. I think there's some intent with every single race that he's going to be riding in. $16 for her. I think she's an enormous odds. I think she's only going to improve up to the 1,200 metres. Maybe she'll be a size produce or a Champagne Stakes filly. Maybe she'll be a 3-year-old filly. But I think she's got a bit of talent. And at $16, she's utter madness. She's huge for us.
She's a big price.
Don't get it. I do have a ticket at $75 for Pearl of Dubai in the Golden Slipper, but there's a reason why that's not even on my board. All right. Race 5 is the Skyline Stakes, is the Group 2 for the Colton Geldings at set weights conditions. Previous winners here, Rivellino won this last year, Storm Boy the year prior, Corniche, Promido, Olina, I think that might be a typo, Mamaragan, Microphone, Santos, Diamond Tagatha, Good Standing, Exosphere. No winners since 2010 have gone on to, and possibly longer actually, I didn't actually bother to check, have won this and actually gone on to win the Golden Slipper.
Yeah, right. Fascinating.
So a bit of a drought here. So War Woven, the short price favourite, after a setback, is he going to defy history here? The market would suggest yes.
I think from all the 2-year-olds we've seen, I think he's the best. I think. There has to be question marks over the setback and, you know, being set to peak for millions and coming back here. And but I've got a big question mark over the Fireball form. Like pretty much all the 2-year-olds in that English Millennium. And a whole bunch of others, you know, I just don't think are that great. Whereas, you know, if he comes back and he's 90% right or 80% right even, I think he just comes out and wins. So he's short enough at $2, so I could $2.15 at the moment with 10 grand. So I can see why people are like, oh, I don't really want to take that. But I think he wins. So I might have a bet on him even at that price. And then he's in futures for the Slipper, he's like 7s or something like that, which is short. But he won't be if he wins this. So it's like, well, do you also spec into the Slipper? I'm going to have tickets for like 10 horses in the Slipper, the way I'm going. I don't know. My mind's saying that's not a smart bet, but my gut says that he comes out and just wins this. So do I want to double my money is the question. Or lose it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, there you go.
And I think it's the clear standout 2-year-old that I've seen so far. And he kind of defied the 1,000 to 1,200.
He did.
Early on as well, and he didn't just defy it, he banged him up by 3 lengths there at Eagle Farm.
He's down.
So, yeah. And, you know, he was $1.16 there, so he was expected to do that.
Yeah.
$2.20, I think you're getting a little bit of a price because of the setback.
Yeah.
We kind of... Same silks as Storm Boy.
Yeah.
It's like... But it's not the grand final. Storm Boy won this race 2 years ago.
He did.
So maybe you just get on here and then you get out of the casino potentially.
Potentially.
Or you take the $7 in the Slipper this weekend.
Yeah. BJ Orn, I think he has a bit of a chip on his shoulder when it comes to these 2-year-old races and trying to win a Slipper. Gay's going to be consistent, Gay and Adrian, every year with the 2-year-olds. But I don't know. I think the last few years, because there's a lot of chatter around in the, you know, generally in the racing spheres as well around so much prize money on offer for older horses and 3-year-olds, and it's like, why flog a horse to get it up as a 2-year-old when you can just go softly? Particularly when Chris Waller's getting about 300 2-year-olds, 300 yearlings every year, and he's going to be softly. So I feel like a lot of the other trainers are sort of falling away a bit with their 2-year-olds. So maybe Bjorn's the one because he's had a few good ones the last few years. Maybe he's the trainer to start following with these 2-year-olds. So,
mate, if we think back to when we started this podcast in 2020, right? I reckon he's probably added more strings to his bow than any other trainer.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's fair? He's training 2-year-olds. He's training stayers. He's training sprinters.
He's training for Godolphin.
Like, mate, he got Pericles a Group 1 win. We didn't even talk about that.
No, I haven't.
Like 15 attempts, and he was the guy to get him over the line.
Yeah.
He's been flying for him. He's been turning around these ex-Waller horses, these Godolphin horses, whatever it may be. I think he's really underrated, Bjorn Baker.
Yeah, I think so.
Bjorn in the last?
Yeah, Bjorn in the last. Well, he had an astronomical run last year, so I'm keen on Woolwoven. Like I think I'll have a bet on him. He's just that setback's just a little bit made me a little bit wary, but he'd have to go so much poorer than what he has been to lose this race, I think. That's my view.
Okay, I agree with you. Race 6 is the Guy Walter Stakes, Group 2, 1,400 metres for the set weights and penalties for the mares. Previous winners here, Amelia's Jewel, which I think you were all over last year. Hope in Your Heart, which I was definitely all over the year prior. Crone, my girl, loved her to bits. And then Dixie Blossoms, twice, won this. Speed here. Now, Gerringong has drawn a better gate, so she'll probably go forward. Manal, she could actually find herself in a pretty good position despite drawing wide, because I don't think there's a ton of pace out here. A lot of these just kind of go up against each other time and time again, right? Do you reckon Manal, second up? She's an improved mare, second up.
Yeah, she looks the obvious one, doesn't she? It's not really a race I want to bet into, though. I thought Dark Glitter ran really well.
Oh, she can run on a bit.
Yeah, she can. I thought she ran really well last start to come into third, and it's like, well, she's $17 here. Do you go each way again? But no, there's a few sort of question marks on this race, but Menard wouldn't shock at all. Not at all.
Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to have a Quinella with Manal and a small win bet on number 2, Arctic Glamour. So last prep, back in the winner's circle, won a Group 2, the Hot Danish. I believe that actually might have been first up as well. It was. And over the 1,400 metres there, sat closer to the speed, which I think is the key to her as well. She doesn't need to be so far back, which she typically is. If she doesn't draw a gate, they're just negative straight away. Barrier 4, she's going to be way more positive here. I liked her prep last in the spring. I think she was far more consistent. Nearly knocked off Yorkshire as well. I think she's the value in the market as it sits currently. I don't think she starts around. I think she starts single figures for me. So only thing is, does she have the wet track form? Probably not. But yeah, Manal and Arctic Glamour for me are the value in the market. The Surround Stakes, 1,400 metres Group 1 for the 3-year-old fillies. Previous winners here, Lady Shenandoah, Tropical Skowal, Sunshine in Paris, Probabile, Shoals. Pretty decent honours list.
One of mine.
Savvy Halley will go forward and control this. Apocalyptic will probably kick up, but Tempted will be right there. Good horses win this race. Tempted's a good horse.
This is a smart race.
Yeah.
Really smart race. I think there's a nice crop of 3-year-old fillies here. Tempted wins this race. She wins this race. I won't be betting, but she wins this race. Like, yeah, she failed in the Golden Rose when she stepped up to 1,400 metres for the first time. But this is an autumn filly against her own sex now, and they've got a big circle around this race as the grand final, because she doesn't have a Group 1 on her CV yet. She's a Group 1 horse. Apocalyptic's a good horse. I think she's going to be a good 3-year-old filly, just generally speaking. She already has been. She's a Group 1 winner. And then I think for the rest of her career, she's going to be battling it out in the Guy Walter Stakes type races. That's what I think. That's her. I think she's going to be a Group 2, Group 3 filly for the rest of her career. Tempted's a Group 1 sprinter. I think she can win a TJ. She's very good. So she wins this. And then Ole Dancer and Panova, I think they're Group 1 fillies. And I think they'll be weight for age horses. Ole Dancer will be a good miler, and I think Panova will be a 2,000 metre horse. I reckon Panova's like an Aliana type, so big watch on her in this race. She'll go straight to the back. They won't do anything with her from that gate. But no, yeah, Tempted wins, but nice race.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tempted wins the race as well, but I think I'll be having a Quinella with Ole Dancer. I think they've shown a lot of intent taking her here, and thought the first up run was really good, and it was at the 1,400 metres as well. She might be a little bit fitter than some of these. So hoping, and I think Randwick's going to be her track for sure. Really keen to see how she goes up against these other 3-year-old fillies. And you have to remember as well, like Ole Dancer beat Apocalyptic in the spring, and you're getting 2.5 times the price.
What the hell?
What are they missing? And I'm not. All right. The Verry Elleegant Stakes.
The Chris Waller Verry Elleegant Stakes. the Chris Waller trained Verry Elleegant because it was given to him when Darren Weir got his training licence suspended, and Verry Elleegant was purchased by Buy-in Bray and Aussie Kia from New Zealand to come over, and was given to Darren Weir and then to Chris Waller. Verry Elleegant Stakes.
10-time Group 1 winner. 9 different races.
May she rest in peace.
Yeah, heavenly peace. 1,600 metres Group 1 at weight for age level. This is easily the race of the weekend for me. Previous winners here: Via Sustina, Think It Over, Animo, Verry Elleegant twice, Tiakau Shark.
Good horse.
May he rest in peace as well.
He was a good horse.
And then Winks as well. Obviously, she won. How many Group 1s? 25?
So many.
Yeah. Linda Mann will go forward here. No shocks there. Autumn Glow probably on his hind quarter. But Sir Delius, he likes to run. He likes to run fast, that horse.
He's a good horse.
And then you just have a bunch of Wallace speed humps that hopefully won't get in anyone's way. I'm talking your Wouton Vernies, your Solar Spains, your Valiant Kings, your Trinity Colleges.
That's what I think about that. Look, I'm a big Sir Delius guy. You're a bigger Sir Delius guy. I just want to see him run well here more than anything else. I don't need to see him win. If there was an upset, he's the horse. But I think he's just gonna have a nice run here, good sort of pipe opener, and then get to 2,000 metres. Just really fucking flex his muscles. Sir Delius, good looking horse, real upright like type of runner as well.
Yeah,
Sir Delius,
like over races.
Yeah,
and
because he's a Frankel colt.
Yeah,
he deserves to.
Yeah. What would he be worth? Because I think they paid $2.5 million to get him out here.
Did they really?
Yeah.
What's he worth? More than that. That's all that matters.
Well, he's probably won that in his 3 runs here.
Yeah, true. True.
Well,
he's got 1.6 million prize money. So.
Well, all right. So he ran second in the Chelmsford, 302k. He won the Underwood, which was $1 million. And he won the Turnbull, which was 750k. So obviously that's the prize pool. He gets the most of that. Yeah, that's how prize money works.
Yep.
If you win the races, you get the largest chunk.
You heard it here first. No, yeah, pipe opener for him. I'm really keen to see how he goes.
Craig rides.
Craig's in a rich vein of form, a rich charm vein of form.
When Craig goes to Sydney, he usually delivers.
ER&Ps. But no, I would like to see Autumn Glow win this race. She's $1.30. Not only do I want to see her win this race, I want to see her go better than what she did first up, because
That was pretty good.
It's pretty good. But if she goes even better here, it's like, okay, people have been calling her Baby Winks. Maybe she is Baby Winks, because if she makes this field look second rate again, using Sir Delius as a measuring stick, using Linda Mann, Chia Wolf, Aliana as a measuring stick, it's like, well, they're genuine Group 1 horses. And if she comes out and brains them, it's like, okay, well, you just love to see it. And then it becomes a question of, okay, cool. Any race she's now in for the rest of my life, I can't bet in, unfortunately. But it becomes a question of, when do I get to see her in the flesh? And that's what you want in the great game of horse racing. So keen to see her win. Be keen to see how Sodelius returns.
Yeah.
People looked at his trial and they were like, I don't know about him. I was like, trial schmal. He'll be fine.
Yeah. He will be
He'll
fine.
be fine. You don't just lose 10 lengths of talent
You don't.
in 3 or 4 months.
No.
Fuck.
You really don't. Yeah. What'd you make of her run first up? It was pretty impressive.
Autumn Glow,
Yeah.
the best she's ever run.
Yeah.
First up, not fully wound up.
It was pretty good.
Have you seen her in the yard, mate? It's literally like she doesn't even know anyone's there. Oh, she is special, special. Her daddy was like that, though.
Had a Tass. Yeah, he was a good horse.
He was a very good horse.
God, he's a generational sire, or he's starting to be one.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of it like what I actually wanted to take pause and discuss at this point in the podcast are who are the top 5 horses in the country right now.
Yeah, okay.
So in no particular order, Tentyrus, Jimmy Star, I'd have Sir Delius there. I was considering Tempted, but she hasn't won a Group 1. Probably not yet. Autumn Glow would probably be there. And then that 5th spot.
Half yours.
Half yours. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I think Autumn Glow's the best horse in the country. I think it's her.
Really?
I think it is. Oh, mate, she's
Mate, like just
she's sexual territory.
like take a cold shower, right?
I'm getting up and about.
Like, but all right, this field, she demolished him, right? Aliana, I feel like she only gets into her work later. Linda Man is Linda Man. Like, there's a reason why he was going to the second-rate races and absolutely R&P.
He R&B'd. He probably had the best spring out of any horse in the country.
Absolutely. The instructor, no more needed to be said. Steffi needs a couple of runs. Chi-Wolf needs about 4 runs.
Yeah.
So it's like Antino beaten 8 lengths. He was beaten about 20 in the Cox Plate.
He was, yeah.
Like, just chill out a bit.
But if they've my counter argument is if they've all got improvement to come, and so does she.
Yeah.
And,
Obviously.
And if she maintains the 3 of mate, Jomo pressed the button, she just went, see you later.
Yeah.
Like that's the sort of cadence that only the best horses have. I get it. I understand what you're saying.
Like,
but I think in 2 or 3 runs' time, you'll agree with me.
Sure. What about her Golden Eagle win?
It was good. It was a good win.
Yeah.
Grinding on a heavy deck. Mate, Seeples, Group 1 horse.
Evaporate.
Group 1 horse. I think he's a Group 1 horse. And I think she's come back the way that Animo came back as a 4-year-old in the spring. When he came back as a 4-year-old in the spring, he went from very good horse to no, I'm the best horse in the country now. I think she made that elevation as a 4-year-old mare.
And you think
in the autumn.
And you think that the reason why she's more visually impressive is because the girls typically put lengths on where the boys don't.
Yes.
Okay. And so is your theory with the Golden Eagle a grinding away win? She might have been a 7 or 8 out of 10 that day, and Seeples was a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
And she was a 10 out of 10, possibly a 9 out of 10 first up.
I think she's a 9 out of 10 first up.
And then the rest of them were like a 7. Yeah, okay.
I think Aliana went as well first up as what she went first up in the spring, where she just got beaten by Via Sistina. I think if you put Autumn Glow in that race, she would have beat Via Sistina by 2 lengths.
Okay.
That's my opinion on her. I think she's very special. She's the best horse in the country. I think Tentyrus is the second best. But Sir Delius, he's there or thereabouts. He's very good.
Okay. Cool.
Mate, did you see Tentyrus put him away in the Lightning?
I did. He was...
Fuck.
Yeah. Nah.
Fuck.
Mate, I'm saying he's the best 3-year-old I've ever seen.
He's good.
I honestly can't remember. Like, the really good 3-year-olds that we've seen.
Biv. Actually, Biv was better as a 4-year-old.
Yeah, he had standout Dali Sprint.
Yeah.
As a 3-year-old, I believe. But think of the generational 3-year-olds that we've seen. Haitotsu, Riff Rocket, Animo, sure, but I feel like he was, again, better at 4. So, like, but 10 Tyrus' 3-year-old CV is getting pretty impressive.
Oh. And especially because, like, he had a similar Coolmore win to what Switzerland did. Like, lengthwise, rating-wise, the way it was run type win. But then Tentaris came back, and I think it was even better in the Lightning.
Yeah.
Over a not as favourable distance, whereas Switzerland failed.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. So, all right. Of the last 5 Coolmore winners, right, you have who have fit that mould. Switzerland failed. Home Affairs didn't fail. He came back and won the Lightning as well.
He did.
I think Tentaris is better than
I
Home
think so.
Affairs.
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you know what answers the question about if Tentaris is the best 3-year-old we've ever seen? If he goes to Newmarket and wins.
On this podcast.
If he goes to Newmarket and wins, best 3-year-old we've seen on this podcast. And I think he will. He's a horse built for the straight. He's a horse built for the straight. If I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Geez, I love the street bosses.
Yeah.
He's built on the same sort of blend as Animo.
Mate, if the Royal Ascot callers couldn't even get Nature Strip right, imagine them trying to pronounce that horse's name. Nature Stripe.
The disrespect.
I know. So...
And he brained your lot. There was a riderless horse that couldn't even keep up with him. You kidding? J-Mac was like, who's this thing keeping up with me? The horse was riderless and had 50 less kilos on his back. Fucking hell.
Cheerwolf, I've just seen, has won 11 million in prize money.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of cash. He's a good horse.
He's a good horse. He's a good horse for his 5th and 6th run of the prep.
Yeah. Do you reckon a Tancred for him?
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Would absolutely love to see it. I think he's a stayer doing things at the mile.
Yeah, I agree. Like an old school horse.
Yeah.
Like stuck in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. Yeah, Autumn Glow will probably win, but my money will be with Sir Delius. I'm pop committed.
Because you might not get 650 ever again for that.
No, yeah. Well, I said that in the spring, and you didn't, to be fair. All right. What we got here? The Hong Kong Jockey Club Whirlpool Liverpool City Cup, 1,300 metres, Group 3, handicap level. Previous winners here. I own a Merc. Think about it. May he rest in heavenly peace. Ellsberg, Think It Over, and Dreamforce, funny horse. Have you seen a race with this much speed in it? Oh, my God. The speed's everywhere.
There's a lot of speed.
Zarastro, Will I Dow, Axios, Coal Crusher, Cool Jakey, Media World. The instructor, if I said him or not. Yeah, there's a lot of speed in this race.
Guess who needs a lot of speed on to be at his best?
King.
Your guy, King of Russo. I think he wins this race at $9.
Mate.
I think he's a bet.
Crown.
I think
He's turning around.
I think the King... Mate, look at his last handful of runs. He's been, for a horse that gets back, he's been consistent. He's got 54 kilos. As Jules of strongest tan in the world, fame would say, this is an acceleration horse. He's an acceleration horse with only 54 kilos on his back. I think he sits off him and launches late. Ranwick. If it's a softer deck as well, tick, tick, tick. Yeah. He's at $9. Like, please, these others will be fighting out for the lead, and he's just going to come in and just go bang, King of Rusa.
Yeah, you just hope and Tommy Sherry's getting on really well with the horse as well. So I think what you hope is that he's not last. I don't think he needs to be last.
No.
King. So I reckon if he's just back in midfield, just finding the right lane and then just gets into his work from about 500 from home, then Ushka at the 1,300 metres, which he's undefeated at, might I add. Yeah, love the King here. I'm going to have a Quinella here, though, with Enriched. Too bad to be true, first up.
Yeah, it was.
So, and the market was solid with him. He was solid at the 650 that day. He was 42 weeks between runs. But he won the Arrowfields last year when Autumn Glow actually had the bone chip removed because she was due to go to that race.
That's right.
So he's a smart horse. At one time, he was the only horse to record a subsequent win from the Coolmore that he
That's right.
raced in.
Yeah.
He was the first one to win after that.
Yeah.
So he's actually pretty good talent. He is a 4-year-old entire, so maybe he's we'll know after this weekend, I think, if his mind's still on the job. Blinker's first time, Visor's off first time, so more intent here. He's 4 weeks between runs. He's had a subsequent trial, which he won by 4.5 lengths, but mid-prep trials, you want to see him do that as well. Zach Lloyd on, Barry 3, I think he's going to be in the finish, but yeah, enriched in King. That Quinella will pay anything.
Yep.
But yeah. You know who King of Russo reminds me of? His stablemate, King of Sparta.
Yes. Well said.
Group 2 sprinter. Nice little turn of foot.
Took him a while to put it all together.
Specialist at the Gold Coast.
Love the Gold Coast King of Sparta.
Yeah, didn't it?
R&P'd the coast.
Yeah. It took a while.
Must have bikie connections up there. King of Sparta. Had to turn it on for him.
That's all she wrote. Yeah. So the Apulia, Alpha Sophie.
Observer's a very good bet this weekend.
Yeah.
Very good bet.
Into King.
I think King's a phenomenal bet this weekend at $9. Like, if he's 3 or 4, like, no, he needs everything to go right, but just the pace on just looks ridiculous. Yeah. Particularly at Randwick, like Rose Hill, it's not zipping round. He's going to get out. He needs to find a bit of space and Tommy just really get into him. Yeah. It was like Harry's yacht last week. He opened at 8, so I was like, $8, excuse me. Get on, and he jumps at 440 and brains him by 3 lengths. I think King of Russo will come in.
Yeah. Market mover over here.
Not just moving markets, moving needles in the right direction. We're moving the needles here, guys.
You heard it here first. All right. If you're having a punt this weekend, do it with whomever you want. Do it responsibly. We'll be back next week.
See you, Drifters.
See you later.